Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Worth Reading. And welcome to a new weekly reading vlog. Today is Monday. Today is the 15th of April, and I am going to start a new reading vlog. This will go up on Friday, hopefully. And I have a couple of books that I want to get to this week. I'm not sure how many of them I will be able to get through, but I thought that starting a set TBR at the beginning would do me well. So the first book that I have is a book that I actually picked up from my library, and that is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I have been hearing about this book for years now. I've been thinking about this book for a long time, like thinking about reading it, and I just saw it at my library and I thought, I feel like now is the time to read this. I know it's a quick read, it has a lot of illustrations which I love, and I know it's about this little boy named Connor, and he's having like this nightmares where a monster comes, and I know that it's about his mother who is dealing with cancer, and about death and about grief, which are not at all happy subjects, but I really do feel like it's a time to read this book. I don't know how long it'll take me. I don't think it'll take me that long, but hopefully I can start it today and we'll see where this ends up going. Next up, I also have The Vaster Wilds by Lauren Groff. This is a book that was on my spring TBR, and it is a short one. I think it's less than 300 pages. Yeah, it's 250 pages, so I feel like it'll be the right length for me to read it this week. And this is about a little girl who escapes from a colonial settlement, and it is set in the wilds, and I think that it's about her experience there. I'm not sure how much I'll enjoy this book. I bought it on a whim on my trip to New York. I bought it at the airport as I was leaving because it just had dropped that day, and I really feel like Lauren Groff would be the author for me, but this was kind of like a impulse purchase, so I'm not sure how much I'll enjoy this book. But in any case, I am going to read it this week, and I feel like these two books are the right length for me to be able to read them in like 5 days, but we'll see how that goes. And also, I'm reading for German literature. I'm reading a really short book called Lens by Peter Schneider. It's a very confusing book. It was published in the 70s, and it's very rare to find like a translated edition. I'm reading the Brazilian Portuguese edition because one of my colleagues brought it from Brazil to us, because there is no Portuguese or English translation, and I do not speak German. And so I'm going to be reading that, and I feel like that's like 100 and something pages, maybe less. So I also have to read that today, but that's not very interesting for you. So those are like 3 books that I need to get to this week, and I feel like I will be able to. They're all quite short. And yeah, I'm about to go to university. I have a class, and then I'm coming back. I think I'm going to the library to drop off 2 books that I've read recently. I actually want to tell you about one of them. Just give me 1 second. This is called The Happening, or Happening, by Annie Ernaux. This is a French author that just won the Nobel Prize for Literature just 2 years ago. And this book, I think it's an autobiographic tale of when in the 60s she was 23 years old and she got pregnant and she had an abortion. And it's very graphic, but it's very beautiful. I ended up giving like 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. The writing was very simple, and it's just her in a later stage in her life reflecting on how much this happening shaped her life and her vision, and how much it impacted her life. And yeah, it was just really powerful. I loved it, but it was really upsetting. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you about it before I give it back. I really enjoyed it. It was less than 100 pages, but it was very impactful, and I'm currently still thinking about it. So just wanted to let you know, if you do want to read this book, no, it's a heavy topic, but it's definitely worth a read, especially in a time now where women's rights are just regressing for some reason, and we have to fight now more than ever for our reproductive rights. So this is very important. It's very much about that, so it's very graphic, but it is very much worth a read. Okay, so I'm out to go have lunch, and then university, and then the library, and then I will see you again. So see you soon. Hello friends, I am back. I came home. I had my therapy appointment for the week, which was desperately needed, by the way. And now I'm ready to show you my library haul. Firstly, I'm just going to start by telling you something that happened to me that was absolutely mind-blowing. Basically, I was giving back the books that I had previously borrowed, and on the pile of books that people had just given back was a memoir by Dolly Alderton that I had picked up in November of last year. And I picked up that book. I ended up DNFing it. I just wasn't really feeling it at the time, so I ended up giving it back. But I was just looking at it, and I picked it up, and I was like browsing through it, and I saw this bookmark. Guys, this is my bookmark. Literally, this is my bookmark from the Museum of Modern Art in New York. I almost had a heart attack. Like, I had to take it out without anyone looking at me so they wouldn't think I'm stealing. But like people have probably borrowed that book since November. For like 4 or 5 months, people have been checking out that book, and my bookmark was in there and I didn't even notice. Just unbelievable. I'm so glad to have it back. I'm so glad that people didn't steal it. Like, people are good. Humanity is so good, because this is a cute bookmark, okay? This is Monet. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that because I thought it was crazy. Like, I'm so thankful to have it back. I can't believe I left it in there. That's insane. But in any case, I'm going to show you the 3 books that I got. So we're going to start with one that I had never heard of. This is Family Lexicon by Natalia Gizenberg. And this is a very, very interesting book because it was written in the 60s about an Italian family. I think that, yeah, this is by an Italian author that was born in 1916 and passed away in 1990. And she is the daughter of a Jewish biologist father and a Catholic mother, and she grew up in Turin. And basically, this is just a book that she wrote about her family in a time when she was really missing her family. And it's also about the rise of Mussolini during the time when she grew up. And I thought it was really, really interesting. And I just went to check out the Goodreads page, and the reviews were, I don't know, it was just one of those books that I just looked and I was like, I have never heard of this book in my life, and I kind of want to read it. It's quite short. It's 200 and something pages. And it just seemed like something that I would really enjoy. It's also another translated fiction, this one specifically from Italy. But I was just really, really happy to see this, and I'm glad that I brought it back with me. I don't know how I feel about it, but it has everything that I usually enjoy in a book, so hopefully it'll be a nice one. Then I brought with me, this was kind of an impulse thing, but I brought with me exhalation, that's probably it, by Ted Chiang. And this is a collection of like sci-fi short stories, and I had heard of this book before, but it was just like buried in my brain. So when I saw it and like I saw the author, like Ted Chiang, that like really spoke to me, and I was like, oh, I've been meaning to read this book. And then when I went on Goodreads again, the reviews for this, the average rating for this is ginormous. Every one of my friends has read it and loved it, and I just thought, well, let's try it out. Science fiction is usually a little bit out of my comfort zone, but the dishes sounded like something that I would enjoy, and I thought that I could read like a short story a day during this vlog. I thought that that would be fun and like something that I could update you about. So yeah, this is 9 short stories, so I'm not going to finish it, but I thought that if I read a short story a day, I could let you know my thoughts on it, and I thought that would be an interesting addition to the vlog and something to try out of my comfort zone. And then lastly, I picked up this book, not checking out, like this is for me, and this is O Retorno de Dulce Maria Cardoso. This is a Portuguese book. It's about the colonial war and about Portuguese people that came back from Africa after that. And basically they did a special edition of this book. The library that I frequent, they made a special edition of this book to just give away, which I thought was just so amazing and so cool, and like they were just giving copies away. So I picked up one for myself, for my shelves, and I feel like it'll be just like a really cool memory to have a special edition for my library of a Portuguese book that is very highly acclaimed and that I do want to read one day. So that's my little library haul. I haven't read anything today, which is not great, but after dinner I'm going to edit a video that I filmed today. I filmed my quarterly wrap-up, which I don't usually do. I'm trying it out this year. And then I'm going to start A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, and we'll see how far I get into it. Now I'm just going to go make dinner. I have no idea where I'm going to make yet, but I need to make my lunch for the week, so I have to figure that out. And yeah, I will see you later when I come back from all of that to read. Just a really quick update before bed because I am so unbelievably tired. But I did manage to read the first 50 pages of A Monster Calls. I wanted to read more, but I'm just so sleepy. I could barely even open my eyes. But the first 50 pages were quite interesting. I really enjoyed reading them, and I don't know if I'm necessarily going to cry, but I am feeling quite sorry for Connor, and I really do feel him about the nightmares and the dreams that he's having and the way that they correlate with his real life problems and traumas that he's facing, because I've always been someone that dreams a lot, and I've had a lot of nightmares that really stuck with me. And I really feel I know it's a normal escapism method that we all have to like dream about things that are worrying us. I know that's like a normal body response to what you're going through, but specifically, like, I've always dreamt a lot, and I've always had a lot of nightmares and just insane dreams, and I really feel him in terms of just not being able to rest and just having all these dreams about what you're worried about in real life. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to keep reading it tomorrow. I'm still figuring out what book I'm going to take to uni. Maybe I'll even bring my Kindle instead of a book, but I'll figure that out tomorrow morning. I just want to go to bed. So, oh my god, I look a mess. I'm so sorry. So I will see you tomorrow with a new update, and we'll see what ends up happening then, because I have no idea right now. That's a problem for future me. Hello friends, I honestly don't know how good this lighting is. I feel like it's not very good, but I just wanted to tell you that today's Wednesday, and I don't think I filmed an update yesterday night. Yeah, I don't think I did. I was really tired, so I didn't do one, but I am currently 133 pages into A A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, which means I have only about 80 pages left before it ends. I am definitely going to finish this one today. It is quite early now. I have to go edit a video that was supposed to go up today, so it's going on up a little bit later today. But I am going to finish this book today. And I also want to tell you that I actually started Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. That's for another vlog that I'm doing, but I got yesterday and tomorrow I got about like 20% into it, so I'm not that far in, but I'm really enjoying it. The narration style is quite quirky, it's quite fun, but it's not going to be for everyone. I definitely feel like a lot of people might not enjoy that, and I understand why people don't, but I feel like it has a lot of wit to it, which I enjoy. And it's about this family that is reuniting on a ski lodge, and some deaths happen, and one of the people in the family is telling us about this trip and what happened. And the catch is that everyone in his family, including him, has killed someone. So it's about uncovering about all those deaths, and also this one that just happened at the ski lodge. And it is quite fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm reading on my Kindle. I'm having a good time. But yeah, that's for another vlog, so I'm not going to go very deeply into that. But after I finish this one, I actually have no idea what I'm going to start. I need to figure that out. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to read a little bit more of this, and I'm really loving it. I don't know if it's 5 stars, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just really enjoying this book. I'm loving all the stages of grief that Connor is going through, even though that his mother hasn't passed away yet, but she is quite sick, and so he's going through all these different stages of just grief, and it's just really incredible to see it all written down. But it's very sad as well, and the illustrations are amazing. I really love them. It's really dark and gritty, but yeah, I'm just really enjoying this book. I'm happy that I finally picked it up after so many years. And yeah, I'm just going to keep reading now, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it later. Hello friends, just to update you, I'm about to go take a shower, so this will be a very quick update, but just to let you know that I did finish A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I really loved it. It's like a 4.5. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to update my reading journal a little bit later, but yeah, just to let you know, this book is done. I am so happy to finally have read this. I don't know what took me so long, but I'm happy that I finally got to it. And yeah, it was a really beautiful, heartbreaking story. I didn't cry, but it's really hard for me to cry in books. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I'm about to go take a shower. I need to wash my hair, which is a whole journey. Even though I do not have long hair, it's still like a whole ordeal. So I need to go do that now, so it's done, and then I'm going to update my reading journal, and I'll just figure out what I'm going to be reading next. I also need to edit that video. It's kind of bad for me. It's going up tomorrow instead. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do, so I'll see you in a little bit. Hello friends, it is a brand new day. I didn't tell you shit yesterday. After I finished A Monster Calls, I just had a lot of things to do. I had to edit that video, and then suddenly it was like time to go to sleep, and I just didn't update you again. But I do want to tell you that I'm going to start, as mentioned, The Vaster Wilds by Lauren Groff. I'm going to start it today, but before that, I'm about to go on a hot girl walk because I haven't really been taking care of my mental health. I put a lot of effort in the start of the year, like the first 2.5 months before my mental health like got really bad in March, but I was putting a lot of effort into moving my body, into making an effort to walk more, to get my daily steps in, and I just kind of stopped doing that. And so today is a really nice day. It's not too hot, like it's just right. So I have to go deliver a vintage package because I'm selling a lot of my stuff, and I'm going to deliver that. And I thought, why not just walk there? It's like a 15-minute walk, so I'll walk for like a half an hour. Maybe I'll even sit down in a garden and I'll read. I'm not gonna bring this book with me just because it is a hardback and it's kind of like valuable to me, so I'm probably only going to read this one at home. But I'll bring my Kindle, in which I'm reading Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I'll get a few chapters in, maybe sitting in the garden, just relaxing. And then when I do come back home, I will start The Vaster Wilds by Lauren Graff. So I feel like that sounds really good. I'm going to take care of myself and I'm going to go on a hot girl walk. Guys, I am 50 pages into The Vaster Wilds, and I actually have no idea how to feel about this book yet. It's very brutal so far. Like, there are some really violent descriptions, which I wasn't specifically expecting. And yeah, it's about this girl. We don't really know her age yet. It's not really specified. They call her just girl. And she escapes from this colony, like a settlement colony. And she is now in the Vaster Wilds, in the wilderness, just trying to survive. And so we are still on that part. She hasn't really gotten anywhere. She's just trying to survive in the wilderness. And I'm not really sure how to feel about it yet. I'm not really sure that I'm liking it a lot. I don't know. There were some really like violent descriptions, which I usually don't mind. It's just that I wasn't expecting. I really didn't think that would be the tone of the book, maybe because of the cover or something. I just didn't expect for it to go that way. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel about it yet. That's all I gotta say. I read 50 pages. I'm done for today. I'm kind of tired, and tomorrow I have internship all day, like from 9 something to 5. So I'm not going to be able to update you all day, and I want to wrap the vlog tomorrow night. So I'll let you know how far I get into the Vaster Wilds. But yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel about this. I wish I was enjoying it a little bit more, but we'll see. Maybe when I get a little bit more into it, I'll enjoy it more. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in the afternoon for sure, because tomorrow I'm just working all day. Well, things behind me are very messy, so do ignore that. But it is currently Friday night. I have been to my internship. I was there all day, and when I got home I read for just a little bit. I'm going to read much more now. I'm going to relax in my bed and read, which is my favorite time of the day. And I'm currently on page 62. I'm about to start chapter 6, and it's not that I'm not enjoying it, it's just that it hasn't really gripped me yet. We're very much like looking into the life of this girl who remains unnamed until now. and during her escape. We also just got a little bit of a flashback of her trip as she came to the settlement colony and the storms at sea that they caught, which was very brutal and very, yeah, just not very nice to read about. It was very violent, but I am enjoying it. I just need to keep reading and become more engrossed in it. I'm also going to read a couple of chapters of Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone because I haven't made progress in it since Wednesday. So I'm hoping to get until, like, the minimum is page 100, and hopefully until the halfway point, because I want to wrap up this vlog tomorrow morning, because I'm planning to start another vlog right after that, and I need this to be a little bit more self-contained than my last vlogs have been. So I'm going to keep reading now, and if I make it until the halfway point, that would be incredible. Like until page like 120, that would be incredible, but we'll see what happens. I also need to go take a shower before like actually getting into bed, so I'm going to read a little bit now, and then maybe I will go take a shower before actually getting into bed and reading some more. So if I change my outfit, that's why. So let's go read for a little bit. Friends, I am actually desperate to go to sleep. I am so tired, but I have officially reached the halfway point. I am 125 pages into this book, and I still don't really know how to feel. It's very strange. Like, for one, I am really compelled to read this book. Like, I don't think I could DNF it, but at the same time, I'm not really enjoying it. We're just basically following this girl in the wilderness for the entirety of the days. We're already on like day 5 or day 6 of her just trying to survive. It's very gruesome, and the descriptions are very disgusting and very gory, which I wasn't expecting. And I don't know, I thought that the survival part would be a minor part of the story, and then she would, I don't know, discover a new place, a new village, a new land. I don't really know what I expected, but it was not like this full survival story as it is right now. So yeah, I'm just not really sure how to feel about this one. I just didn't know that it would be like a survival story through and through. I just thought we would get somewhere by now, but 50% in, and it's really just her navigating this forest, these horrible conditions, and also reminiscing about her times before she joined the settlement colony. So when she was at a poorhouse and she was picked up by the mistress that would eventually bring her on the boat to the settlement colony. And it's a mixture of both. I do enjoy the flashbacks that we're getting, and it is a nice change of pace from the survival story. I just didn't know that this would be what it is, and I don't know if that's exactly what I was looking for. If I were to finish the book now, it would be like a 3-star. I don't dislike it, but I don't really like it either. I don't know. I'm feeling very strangely about this one. I really want to finish it tomorrow, just to be done with it actually. But yeah, I don't know. I wish that I was feeling a little bit more warmly about this one, but I guess it is what it is. I have to go to sleep. It's after midnight, which I know is not very late for a lot of people, but I am a tired girly through and through, and my Friday nights, they're dead and gone, babe. Like, I usually don't do a lot of stuff on the weekends, and I've been just really tired lately, but it's also because of like academic stress. And yeah, I really need to make use of my morning tomorrow to study and to edit this vlog actually. So I really do need to go to bed, but yeah, just I don't really know. But I'll see you tomorrow and we'll discuss more thoughts, and we'll see where I before I end up with this book. Hello friends, good morning. Today is Saturday and I'm on my working stuff. I have my last tests in more or less a week. So it's not this upcoming week, it's the next week. But I honestly have to start studying now because yeah, they're like the last tests of my undergraduate, which is so incredibly overwhelming. And I'm so stressed about it. Like the tests themselves are not that big of a deal. They're not the most difficult subjects I've ever taken or anything like that. It's just the additional stress of being like the last tests of my undergraduate, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of pressure because I want to do my best. So I'm starting studying today, like a full-on week and a half early, because I just want to do my best. But I have written down my to-do list for today. In the afternoon, I'm going to hang out with my friend Mafalda, which we all know I love and adore. And so I really wanted to take the morning to get my shit together and just study. But I'm also going to be reading The Vaster Wild. So I'm going to do like a little Pomodoro method where I'm going to study for like 20-25 minutes and then I'm going to read a chapter of The Vaster Wild and just keep going until I finish what I need to do. So hopefully we'll have a productive morning, and then I am going to wrap up the vlog today and upload it tomorrow, hopefully on Sunday. So let's start doing productive stuff in order to get our shit together. Hello friends, this is my last update for now. I am about to go out to meet my friend Mafalda. We're going to go to a really cute bookshop slash coffee shop and we're just going to hang out there. It'll be my first time there, so that's really nice. And I want to update you before I go that I am currently on page 185. So I have like 60 something pages to go. And yeah, I'm not really enjoying this. We are literally just following this girl in the wilderness the whole time. Just her trying to survive, her killing and eating things, her doing her needs in the forest, her making a fire to warm herself. And it's just kind of exhausting. It has some nice writing. There are some insightful things about what it means to be a woman during this time, or in all times, what it means to be religious, God and nature. It has some nice qualities to it, but it's just so boring. I am just reading for the sake of finishing this book because I own it and because I bought it, because it is just not very interesting. But yeah, I'm hopeful that I'll finish it today. I'm going out with my friend now, and then later at night I'm also going to meet one of my other friends for a movie. I think I'll go back home in between that time and hopefully finish this one, because I'm not going to bring this along with me. I'm scared that I'll ruin it. But yeah, I'm just not feeling it. Like, I wish I could DNF this. If I hadn't bought it, I would probably DNF it, if I'm being quite honest. But yeah, I'm about to go, so let's go meet my friend and hang out. This is not a very good setup, is it? I feel like I need to crouch because my camera is very, like, this would be the ideal height. How can I make this happen? Okay, I made this happen. All right, you're in my kitchen with me, and I am about to cook dinner because my plans fell through. I was about to go meet a friend, but she canceled on me. So now we're staying home and we're cooking dinner. And I thought that I would do a different setup because I never talk to you in my kitchen. And I spend a lot of time on here because I don't eat meat. I'm not strictly a vegetarian because I love my sushi, but I don't eat meat, which means that I have to cook most of my meals, right? Anyway, I hung out with Mafalda. It was so much fun. It was so nice to be with her. We had such a nice catching up, even though we saw each other last week. And we also went to that coffee slash bookshop that I've never been to. And the books were amazing, but I'm on my saving money shit. I'm on my book buying ban shit. So I didn't buy anything, which is such a win for me because it's so hard for me to not buy books. So that was very cool of me. Like, I really did that. But this means that I actually have more time to stay home today and finish the Vaster Wilds, which I plan to do. And what else did I want to tell you? Maybe I'll let you know a little bit more about what I'm actually going to cook. First of all, I'm just doing the classic onion and garlic thing. But I'm going to be making a Portuguese dish, but like vegetarian. This is usually made with duck, and it's called like duck rice. And it's this rice dish that you cook with duck in it, and then in the end it goes to the oven so the rice gets really crispy, and then you put like chorizo on top. So I'm going to do that, but like vegetarian style. I loved making this dish. I make it and it usually lasts me a long time, which is great. Not a long time, but like I don't have to cook when I do this. I don't have to cook like 2 or 3 days, which is amazing. And I just thought that I would share my journey with you, but I actually don't have all that much to say. I wish I could have bought some books, but yeah, I just booked a trip in September, which I am now saving money for. And yeah, I'm also going to be using these oyster mushrooms, which I just discovered recently, which is a very stupid thing to say, but I didn't know that we had them here in Portugal. I had never seen them. I've always seen recipes, but here they don't call them oyster mushrooms. They have like a different name, so I just never associated that this is what they were. But yeah, this recipe is so good. I love it a lot, and it just makes my week better when I make it, honestly. So yeah, even though I'm kind of sad about not having plans anymore, I'm also kind of excited about just staying home and reading again, because I've been really loving to do that. Also, I have a really busy day tomorrow. I have to study and I have to work on some university stuff. So it's also great that I'll just be a little bit more well rested, which is also nice. So yeah, not all is bad, you know, not all is bad. And I also have more time to wrap up the vlog and give you more thoughts and not make it such a haphazard stuff. So I'm going to show you a little bit throughout. I'm going to shut up now, and I'm just going to show you the different levels of this dish and where I'm at as I'm cooking. Right now I'm just shredding the oyster mushrooms so they get like this duck rice appearance, I guess. It's always best to shred these types of mushrooms. I don't like to cook them whole. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this, and when I have something to show you, I will do that. So I will see you in a little bit when this dish is a little bit more put together. This is the final product. I have no idea if this looks appetizing to you guys, but this is so good to me. This is one of my favorite new dishes that I make. And I know it looks weird, but I swear it's so tasty. Hello friends, happy Sunday morning. I just had like a massive allergy attack where I was just like sneezing non-stop, and now my voice sounds kind of weird, so I apologize for that. But it is Sunday morning and I'm here to give you my final thoughts on The Vaster Wilds by Lauren Groff. Where is it? It is right here. And to overall just wrap up this vlog, I finished this book yesterday night, but I was too tired to speak to you and give you like coherent thoughts on this. But I did update my reading journal, which you just saw. So I ended up giving this like a 2.5 3-star because I just feel like this was very well written. I really enjoy Lauren Groff's writing style. I understand the idea. The idea is that you're following this girl who is not sure where she belongs in this man's world. She is just a servant who has moved from England to the new lands in the Jamestown settlement colony, where people are just starving. She is a caretaker for a clearly disabled child who ends up dying of starvation. And her idea is to escape and just make her life a little bit better because of how much she just suffered throughout and throughout. She remains kind of nameless. Sometimes they call her Lamentation, sometimes they call her Zed, but she remains nameless throughout. And it's just her trying to survive and her reflecting on nature, on God and religion, on what it means to be a woman, on everything that has happened to her so far. And it's very nature heavy, and I love the thoughts of God in nature and how to connect suffering with God's love. But I can't help but feel like the story itself, the plot itself, was very repetitive. You're just doing the same things over and over again every single day as she's trying to survive. And also by the end it just felt a little bit pointless. I don't know why I was here. This would have been great, I think, for a novella, but it was just too long, like 250 pages of the same thing happening every day. Her building a fire, her eating whatever is around her, her doing her needs in the forest, her hurting herself, her trying to clean herself, her trying to bring her health up. And it just felt very repetitive. I was like, I don't know how much more of her wandering around I can take. And I feel like the thoughts that she was having and the conclusions that she was getting to weren't balanced enough with this repetitiveness of tasks. And it just felt like it wasn't well balanced. Like I felt like I was here for something and the author was just giving me something else for the majority of the time. But I did love the flashbacks back to her youth before she joined the settlement colony, before she came on the boat. I just wish that this was more of that and less of just her trying to survive, because it was very repetitive because there's only so much she can do in the wilderness trying to survive, and it just felt a little bit pointless by the end. Like I knew how this was going to end and it just left me feeling like, why? So I feel like this would have been great for like a short novella, like less than 100 pages or 100 pages. So this would have been amazing for that. But for something longer than this, like this was kind of a struggle to get through, and I felt like it was work trying to get through this book to update you all by the end of it. So yeah, I ended up giving like a 2.5, but I really admire the writing. I really enjoy the idea of itself. I enjoyed following this girl's thoughts. It was just a little bit repetitive for me. And to wrap up the other book that I was reading, as you remember, I also read A Monster Called by Patrick Ness. Finally, I ended up giving like 4.5 star. Not a 5. I'm stingy with my 5 stars. I never just like give out 5 stars that aren't new favorites. So this is not a new favorite, but I really, really loved it. I'm so glad that I finally read it. And I felt like overall it was a good week. I'm still also 20% into Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. This like exam season is kind of killing me. And I also didn't buy a book yesterday. I think I mentioned that, but just to remind you all, I didn't buy a book. So we got 1 book off of my physical TBR and we added none in this video, even though I really wish that I had, but I'm glad that I didn't, you know. And yeah, thank you so much for coming along with me this week. I hope this vlog was something that you enjoyed watching, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll remember that life is worth reading.